I didn't think it was going to get made. This just isn't the type of project that Channel Awesome works on.
I was really excited to see that we were doing something different.
This is the type of thing that I feel like I was made for.
A mix between Twilight Zone, Black Mirror, and like comedy that you would see like on Adult Swim.
It definitely opened up the possibilities of what I think we can do.
Everything just gets weirder and weirder.
Can we still be friends?
Scene 47-32, take 2.
There we go. Action.
Early in 2024, I was writing a feature film. Like I was trying to come up with something that we could actually shoot. But as time went on, I realized that that just was not going to happen. There were way too many obstacles. So probably in March or April, I went back and had a couple other ideas that were sort of loosely spun off of the feature that I was making. I really wanted to do something that was sort of a wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing. I love doing fanscription and, the Twilight Zone series that I did in Channel Awesome and everything, but I think I just wanted to do something more. It was just kind of building up in me for such a long time. And I know that everyone here kind of has the same attitude.
We have like so much talent here and so many resources, like talented cast, crew, people with ideas that can write. I think it's fun to like at least try.
Something this ambitious doesn't often get fully made to the very end product. And so I was very excited. I normally don't get to play roles like this. And I just wanted to jump into it, but also I was a little nervous it wouldn't happen.
Action. It's already going so well. Nostalgia Critic's been around for almost 20 years now. I mean, Doug's great at what he does, and he's the reason that I'm here to be able to do this kind of thing on the channel.
I always like experimenting. Sometimes that's a fault. I kind of learned the difference between experiment and a gamble. A gamble, you're wagering something. Something might not work, but you might gain something. An experiment, you try it, but the lab is still going to be there. You know what I mean? So whenever somebody talks about something that's experimental or might be a bit of a gamble, I do get excited, but I never know what the fallout is going to be. I feel like there is always going to be that little twinge of fear of, is this going to be really popular? Is it going to be really unpopular? But that also gets a little bit of an adrenaline going to it, gets an excitement because it is something new.
It's bad. Oh, that was right. That was my own fault.
I complain very little because... Working with Ayana and Tamara and Heather and Walter is always a positive experience.
We are good friends and we work well together. We play really well off of each other in scenes or with ideas. And since we have had experience specifically with Ayana with things like Top 5, where we've written scripts together and filmed together, we know how to work really well with each other. So it was like getting the dream team back together.
To finally have the chance to use everyone's full potential, which I feel like has not been wasted, but hasn't been utilized all the way until now.
It's full of buds that you already know. You already know that you like to work with them. And then we got some killer additions to work with. Like Jake, who was our gaffer. He was phenomenal. Fun to be around, really good at his job, worked great with Blake. Blake is incredible. We've worked with him before. Such a talented cinematographer.
He had a connection to this material that really made me even more excited to make it, knowing that he was so on board with it. A lot of those shots that I came up with and storyboarded, he enhanced so much through the lighting and through how he saw my vision through his vision.
Everybody, I thought, really right away clicked and understood the concept enough. It was a really positive set experience, which made it, that much better and that much more collaborative, because then it was like you're really kind of feeding off each other and working with each other. And it's always great to work with a group of super talented, motivated people.
That crew just was top notch. I would love to work with them again on any project.
Welcome to Pop Quiz Hot Shot.
The original script that I had for this had a different introduction that we shot, but I knew that to bring people in who may have not wanted to see something different on the channel, if I gave them something familiar to tease them with at first, and they stuck around to see the hard work that we put into Ad Break, maybe they would enjoy it. And it seemed to work. It seemed that people were surprised to see Pop Quiz Hotshot come back and to see Nostalgia Critic as host of that show once again. And it was a great kind of fake out to just bring people who are fans of Channel Awesome into what we were trying to do here.
I think there's a lot of mixed feelings around that production. So the idea of going back to it, it's funny because it's not like I have awful memories doing the show. I came in just to sort of get on a track, just because so many things kept going wrong. And when I decided to edit it and restructure and everything, there was definitely this idea of, all right, let's just try it. Let's just see what works. And there was definitely, again, an excitement, but an anxiety to it as well.
Getting Doug on board, I wasn't sure that he would be on board with doing that again.
I didn't have a huge problem with it, but again, I didn't know what the reaction was going to be, especially for the people that, like Rob and Jim, that worked on it before.
I was skeptical at first, but the idea, then the concept, Walter came up with, let's make it sci-fi themed, and then I could build some quick, sci-fi walls and stuff. And we kind of threw it together enough. The curtain still existed too, so we hung the curtain and everything. And honestly, it did. If you look at it compared to the old episodes, it does match up pretty well.
I loved it being a setup for Alien, because it's already kind of setting the stage for a horror thing. Getting to kind of play with those dummies and pulling the baby xenomorph, right? That's what that thing is. Just.
If you can't poke fun at yourself, can you really poke fun at anything else? It's something that is a nice homage and a deep cut to the fans who've been here since Pop Quiz Hotshot.
I think it was a good idea to kind of catch people off guard, and it fit in pretty well with the whole concept.
On McMatch, we tailor to your needs as a person, not just a number in an algorithm. Let me do that again.
Even before I wrote out the script for Ad Break, I knew that it needed to be Tamara Chambers to star in it. All those different sort of moods and tonal shifts that are in the movie really show off Tamara's range, and I knew she had that range.
I'm like, did we all just write a script that was going to be my dream role, and then we're just all getting together to make my dreams come true right now?
This all hinged on her. If she didn't agree to come back for this or wasn't down with doing it at all, then I would have probably just written another production, because I don't know anyone else who could have pulled it off the way that she did. I was that confident in her acting abilities.
Usually the roles I'm playing are commercial, very best friend, going to a picnic, being sassy. And so McMatch really felt like things that were very attainable for me as a commercial actress. I think I could get cast in those roles and it would make sense. Less so in a few of the others, but in the McMatch, it just felt like, here I am.
The McMatch commercial was based on an old outline that I did for a feature way back when, and it obviously never happened, but the idea I thought was interesting.
I gave it a shot, and here we are.
My name's Alyssa Jackson, and I'm playing Barbara.
I'm Robbie Allen, and I'm playing Bob.
I had never worked with Robbie before. He is unbelievable. He was helping so much on set. His acting is obviously phenomenal, but he's just a wonder to be around.
The way I pitched to him was that you didn't even have to change your name. His name is Robbie. The character's name is Bob. You have no lines. Just come on out and help us out for, a weekend or two. And he very graciously came out to lend a hand, not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera.
I've known Walter for, 12 years now, probably. So
wow, that's
been working
pretty
with
cool.
him for a long time.
When compared to other productions you've been in, where does this stack up in terms of just the overall experience?
I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's kind of all over the place and crazy, and I like doing crazy stuff.
He has a really menacing smile, man. He's a great actor when he talks, but when he doesn't talk, the man is intimidating. It also helps that he's 6'5".
Also, I met my husband on a dating site, so it was McMatch.
Devil darts are the best. The hell with the rest.
I hate him.
Cut. I think that's perfect. That was good.
Who doesn't love the Wilkins coffee commercials? I mean, come on. To kind of match that style is something I've always wanted to try. But to make it slightly nefarious and, have Looney Tunes style violence kind of, but, what usually would be funny is funny, but there's something kind of dark and weird about it. And I thought a cigarette ad from the 50s would be a perfect way to kind of blend those two tones together.
That was some of the earliest stuff that we were talking about, Walter and I putting together the concept for Raleigh and what he's going to look like. And it was a lot of back and forth with that. But going into production, because there were so many other things too that I was handling and taking care of, Ayanna took over really the puppet aspect of making the other puppets and stuff.
The smooth taste of devil dart is always the best medicine.
That wound up being a little wolf puppet that we found online that Ayanna then altered.
That design style was really important to kind of relay that there's something a little strange about this character. He's not just a cuddly mascot. Ayanna built the entire Dolores puppet from total scratch. I mean, she just had the materials and put that together herself. Most of the people who have seen Ayanna's work in Nostalgia Critic or anything associated with Channel Awesome, like the old Top 5 show, or even Awesome Comics from way back then, knows that she is a very signature presence. I knew I wanted her to act in this in some role, but seeing her work as an assistant director on Space Trash, which was Jim's short film that he came out with not too long ago, she really has all of the organizational skills and the energy to keep things together on set, which she did great in this. So I knew I had to bring her on for ad break.
So monitor's here so I can see what's going on. Hi. And then my hand goes here.
Very easy to do.
Yeah, so easy. A breeze.
I just had to construct the puppet stages and the devil puppets, which was fun. Because in my head right away, I just had little like cherubs or whatever in my head, but like demon versions. Little Easter egg, this was actually featured in Space Trash, this baby.
Oh!
It's like now it'll play a key role in ad break, so.
The baby lives.
The baby lives. We'll put it in every one of our productions.
Yeah. Can you find the baby?
Can you find the baby? That was actually a lot of fun because they looked and worked better than they had any right to. So.
Think you can do better? Doing the voice for the puppets was very interesting because I've done voiceover work for animated projects, but it felt so much different than that. Kind of cartoony. I think the puppets just overall were so cool. 10 out of 10. She felt like the perfect companion to the fox, a child's character selling cigarettes, and he needs his Jessica Rabbit.
Hell hath no fury like a devil dart.
Also, I got the shot, the devil dart shot.
We were trying to get that for a while because it's difficult to have that actually come into frame and hit where we needed to hit.
Walter was walking around asking if anyone felt that they could get it. And I was like, I think I'm pretty good at darts. And you were like, why did you say that? Come, please. And we were in there for a few minutes and it took like 10 tries.
I did hear.
How does it feel? I'm fluttery. I'm gliding.
Hero of the day.
It felt
probably my favorite day shooting ever.
Nautical 90s brings together your favorite seafaring serenades from the era of the...
That was so good.
I think Nautical 90s is the one that I relate to the most. It's growing up, we all had those commercials.
Those were just rampant on TV in the early 2000s or 90s. I mean, they were all over the place, especially the longer forms that would air at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Nautical 90s! There's a lot of jokes about the 90s, or even just jokes that are absurdist but then land so funny. There's just a lot of really good gags, I feel like. I really loved the Nautical 90s section, and not just because I open it.
Heather, I knew I was going to have play the Atlantis Somerset character because she has such an incredible voice.
I don't know how many other times I'm going to be paddling out in the middle of a lake and having to lip sync into a drone as it flies over my head. So it was actually a little stressful though too, because we had some problems getting out, but once we got out to the lake, it was like the peaceful calm I had for a minute to be like, okay, here we go. Let's give this a try. We had a couple of technical issues. The drones wouldn't hold any charges. So just as soon as we would get the shot set up and like, okay, we're gonna do it, it'd be like, never mind, I gotta bring it in, I gotta bring it in. It scared me a couple of times because it initially came like right up here and then would send up into the air. But once I got past not being so skittish about the drone being, right here, it was all good.
Heather hasn't worked on a short film before.
If anything, I felt like it ran smoother than I had heard some of my other friends talk about their short form horror stories. And when it wasn't going smoothly, we were all friends and worked well together and gelled and figured it out. So it was a really great first short film experience.
When I brought her on, I knew that she'd be a good fit for the duties that we needed to have her fill as the unit production manager, but seeing her grow into that role was great. Behind the camera, she was helping out with so many things just about every day on set. That was just another talent of hers that we could utilize.
I just kind of felt like the set mom is what I was referring to myself as, just making sure that everyone was fed and had water and being safe and logistics were meeting, and helping Ayana meet some of those logistics and Jim move things from point A to point B. I just feel like it was a natural fit for me though, since I have a lot of experience being a teacher, so I'm really good at like managing people and managing situations and taking care of lists.
It's not so bad. You can spin my hell.
Those little bits of like 6 seconds of songs they would sing are forever cemented into my head.
I call her siren caller. She pulls me underwater.
Luckily, I was put in contact with a very talented composer named Lucas Hunter Morgan, who was showing interest in helping Jim with one of his projects, and we got to talking, and he was really interested in Ad Break. He came on board and not just did all the music for the Nautical 90 segments and making all those individual songs, he also scored the whole movie as well. But that guy is incredibly talented.
Husky's a sailor boy, he's not a boy toy.
I knew all the songs that I wanted to do. I knew the titles that I wanted to have sung out and have real songs made for, and as well as a little crappy hook that I just sung into my phone. And Lucas just took that information and just added all of his creativity to it and really made some great music. There's a lot of those songs that I would love to hear the full, 3-minute versions of. He does have on his YouTube channel, he put up the whole soundtrack, so if you want to go check out and support some of his work, you could listen to all of the music that he made for Ad Break in just one video.
Taking a break on the poop deck, baby.
All of those songs were stuck in. We were singing those on set, like Poop Deck Pack and Spin My Helm, and all of those great little short songs that he put together for us. They're so catchy. He's a big part of this production, why I think it worked as well as it did.
Now I feel like a kid again.
That little bastard just couldn't leave me alone!
I'm not even his real dad. So in the Chicago area, there is a commercial that has been going around since I was a kid. It had to have been since the 90s. For this guy called
Peter Francis Geraci.
I believe he's an attorney that you could hire for certain things. But he became kind of locally famous for his commercials. Someone who talks like that doesn't sound like they're all there. So having her advertise services of, bringing people back from the dead.
Geraci?
Soy el abogado. Peter Francis Geraci.
Peter Francis Geraci. For some reason, on the day of filming, I couldn't get Geraldi into my head, and I kept calling her Giovanni. Patricia Eugene.
I'm Patricia Eugene Geraldi. I'm Patricia Francine Geraldi.
I cannot say Francine. I don't know why. It's so hard for me to talk without inflection in words. So We had to do it quite a few times for me to be able to, and still, you can still hear inflection in her voice, but it's just like the least amount that I could do. And that's always weird when it's like, do less, but do like so much less that you're not doing anything. But there's a better way. No, I did not grow up with those commercials, but that's one of my favorites of them all. I've had more people reach out to me about that character specifically than anything else. I got a text from a friend of mine asking if I could be that character on their porch for Halloween next year. I said, absolutely. So she's coming back.
I'm not even his real dad.
My dad is actually the skeleton there. That's my dad's voice, which is hilarious to me. Only he could read it that way. That's why I knew I had to get him for that one line. And my Uncle Joe, who I've worked with before on some other projects, he played the old man in the Geraldi commercial.
We feel like a kitty cat.
You deserve clear skin, and you can finally have it. With Cleanser Clear's face wash and moisturation matte. Moisturation.
I felt pretty at home with the face wash commercial. Definitely. I've auditioned for that many times. Those commercials are always just injected with so much, every girl, so much pep and energy, crisp. It's all very crisp and bitey, and it just felt very easy to jump on into that one. The line, it's time to tell Zits to quit. It's time to tell Zits to quit is my favorite. I say it all the time when it doesn't relate to anything around me.
It's time to tell Zits to quit. Bitch. It's time to tell Zits to quit. You fucking idiot.
I love that line. And it just felt, that whole commercial felt very in tune with my current acting trajectory. It's very face wash, very commercial, very peppy.
Originally, the Atlas Cleanser Clear face wash commercial was going to be some kind of medication commercial, but I still kept the medicinal sort of theme in there, and there were so many face wash ads to choose from, especially in the early to mid 2000s. There were a lot of bits that were directly inspired by the Neutrogena commercials that Kristen Kruick did, but that was also the catalyst of where I wanted things to turn.
Tilt your head down.
This was some of the most elaborate makeup I've ever had to do.
Right off the bat, the makeup prosthetics was the biggest thing I think as an actor I was looking forward to. It's just such a big transformation. And knowing that Jim was taking care of it, I felt like I was in good hands.
Jim can do anything.
Jim J-Roz can do anything.
I knew that going into it, I wanted to make the face prosthetic and everything for Tamara's character, at least, all silicone, because I wanted it to have a really pliable, gooey kind of feel. And I knew the best result was going to be, making a full head cast.
My head cast here was the first time I ever had it done, and it was not as bad of a process as I thought it was going to be.
We're going to be applying a skin-safe silicone to her face instead of an alginate. That way I can make, it's an instant mold. We don't have to make another casting or anything like that.
That's so cool.
And then do a plaster cast. So I'll apply the bald cap. I'm gonna start getting my materials and stuff ready too, because this stuff sets really fast.
Yes.
So once I start moving, I'm gonna be moving. It's gonna be like mix,
Yeah.
mix, mix, pour, mix, 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 pour.
I'm so excited right now.
You look great.
I know. I feel great.
This is an adhesive to glue the cap down so it doesn't come up.
I'm so excited to have this face cast. It's gonna be so cursed.
These are hospital grade bandages, so they won't heat up on the face too much and cause you to be extremely uncomfortable.
I love making stuff with you guys.
It's on your head.
Hell yeah.
whole process was more involved than I've ever had to do, especially alone. Like, I've done face casts and stuff like that before, but this was my first time doing a full head cast. And generally, it's better to have a couple people helping you out to do it, but it all worked out. I think it came out pretty good. Tamara was an incredible sport and is always down for that kind of stuff. We just poured the stone for the Tamara bust, basically. I used a material called Ultra Cal 30, which is a really dense stone, used mostly a lot for this application. But yeah, fingers crossed. Ooh, yeah.
Whoa, oh my gosh, that is scary. Some of her eyelashes
are still in there.
That is freaking creepy.
They were probably in the mold. In the mold.
That is terrifying.
Shaving off any of the seam lines, stuff like that, where the bald cap was, getting rid of some of these air bubbles and little imperfections. I'll start to fill those in with a putty, maybe some Bondo or something like that, and sand it down. All in all, though, it's in pretty good shape. So I'm sculpting what the prosthetic is going to look like. I'm doing a medium. It's kind of just a standard grade. It's kind of the most user-friendly, I guess. This is the process of making monsters. I'm going to make the hard shell over this, and what I'm going to use for that is this material called Freeform Air. It's a 2-part epoxy foam. They just measure out in equal parts by volume, mash them together, make it into one. Just gonna cover the entire thing, make it nice solid covering. It could be my shell. Make sure I press it in there really good. Waited 24 hours. Woo! Ooh. That came out. Excellent. Yes. So I'm gonna mix up some EcoFlex 20, which is a really pliable silicone, and that's gonna act as our facial appliance. I'm gonna put a little bit of pigment in it so that it already has a little bit of something matching Tamara's skin tone. I've already given this a coat of mold release. Super important, because otherwise the silicone would just adhere to the other silicone and then I'd be out of luck. Be starting over from scratch. Tell Tamara to get a deep, deep tan going. Alright, I'm gonna pour some in and I'm gonna brush it into the deep recesses and stuff. Pour in the rest. I'm gonna press her face into her face. Alright, and then about an hour and a half, we'll pull it out and peel it off and see if it looks like the makeup that we made. So we poured our second facial appliance. I added some more material this time. More than enough, I think, because it leaked out all over the place. So got some extra bits maybe we can use for for something.
The sound.
It's pretty good compared to other one. It's a little bit lighter, so a bit more translucent, which is going to help blend, I think, into her skin better.
Look at that.
Finally seeing it sculpted and seeing it on my face cast and what it was gonna look like just infused me with confidence in the project. And now I have my face in my office and I will forever have it.
Dude, if you don't book a Neutrogena commercial after this, there's no justice in the world.
Not everybody is built to wear heavy makeup and heavy appliances, so she's very easy to work with, thankfully.
It was so cozy. It wasn't uncomfortable at all. I love being a gross little freak, and she is that. It's not often in film you get to be just disgusting. Usually you're trying to look good, and so that ruled. I loved that. She was so goopy, and the contact was awesome. I love using contacts, and we used eye blood, the eye blood that Billie Eilish uses for her ocean eyes, and then the other eyes covered, and I'm just melting off of my face.
I would definitely try that process again. I think I've learned some things from this project going forward. But yeah, it was a challenge for me, but one that I think ultimately paid off. I think that the makeup and stuff like that looks pretty good on camera. So
seeing her pull off her own face and seeing her, distort itself in the mirror and everything, I think was a way that I could very clearly tell the audience that things are not all that they seem. And then from there, things get even more surreal and strange.
Spooky.
The cemetery, I think, was the coolest in my opinion because we had the rain machine, and the rain machine was so cool.
I've never been rained on.
I felt like I wanted to cry. I don't know why that was so amazing for me, but when the rain machine turned on and I'm just like out there filming,
I feel like I'm being gifted a Christmas gift right now.
I will never in my entire career have a better, cooler shot than when we're outside. It's black and white. The zombie has my ankle, and I look down and I just scream, and there's like cold, like fog coming out of my mouth, and that scream.
I didn't know you did part-time work as a stonemason.
Well, I do a little bit of everything, whatever pays the bills.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so well done.
How are you feeling, Jesse?
I'm feeling good, man.
Good to hear. You ready for the first night shift?
I am. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited.
Same here.
Jasper, listen. There's a zombie in the backyard. I know.
What did he say?
Was there ever any consideration of filming in an actual cemetery?
No. Most cemeteries are closed after dusk, and it'd be too difficult to get in there.
Yeah. And you don't want to deal with the ghosts either.
No, that's another thing.
True.
Originally, we wanted to shoot this in the studio. Like, I wanted this to look obviously fake.
Right.
Like, kind of like Plan 9 from Outer Space. Like, really obviously, staged cemetery. But we didn't think Jim could build it in time, so...
Fair enough.
We're like, well, I could do it outside.
Do it in the backyard.
Something seems different about you, John.
What's that?
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Well, I feel fine.
My brother John was a production assistant. He dug the grave that he popped out of later when he was the zombie. He also played the sailor boy in the Nautical 90s.
One slip and I'm like Evander Holyfield.
I think Walter legit was like, hey, I can't find someone to do this. Will you do it? I'm like, all right. Yeah, sure. Digging is one of my favorite things. Like, if there's work to do, I like digging. So when Walter is like, I gotta dig a hole, I don't know what to do, I was like, I got this, Walter. This is me.
Is there a party that's jealous you're not in the makeup, Jesse?
I'm perfectly happy I'm not in the makeup.
Fair enough.
Yeah, first time ever doing something like this. Pretty wild. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Cut. Hold. Are you drowning in there? It's gonna fill up with water eventually.
I can't swim.
This was fun. I never really did any acting kind of stuff, so this is a good time. This is really cool.
Oh man, that hurts.
Cut. I think we got it.
Yeah, get that. This was sort of the mock-up. We were trying to find the look, getting the eyebrows, to get the right features, I guess.
The eyebrows worked out, and like having that accentuated pupil or iris, slanted like that, cartoony kind of.
A little extra villainous.
Mm-hmm.
I did try and I gave it a little bit more of a smile. I tried to give it a little bit more menacing.
Carve it up like that?
Yeah, I had to cut away and then kind of re-glue to kind of.
You Jokered it.
Give it, a little bit.
Oh, you're not dreaming. This is real life.
This looks like a demented, like Mickey Mouse kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, when I bought this box head like years ago, like I wanted to shoot. I bought it for the purpose of shooting something like it's a real thing.
That has really manifested.
Jim, can you face the camera here? Oh yeah, we're looking good.
This is my audition tape for Disney.
Everyone wants to do the live action remakes now.
Originally, this was going to be the puppet head. Then we decided that It's going to be too large to interact with the other puppet. But it's okay, it could be the grown-up. It's a mask anyway, so.
Yeah, right. Look at that. That's going to be terrifying, man.
What a hit of my devil dart.
So Jim is hooked up to a fog machine here. That's what's coming out of his legs. How is that gonna feel?
It's good, I'm starting to enjoy it.
Good.
Cut.
That scared the shit out of me.
Good.
There was a lot of set pieces that had to be created for this project. Right off the bat, I knew that some of the challenges were going to be, one, the space, not having enough room to build stuff and store it. We were going to have to build sets, break it down, and then build new stuff where we were filming. Having that planned out and knowing like, all right, well, what's going to take more time to build, and planning our shooting schedule around those sequences. The hallway was going to have to be something that we saved closer to the end and had a little bit of time in between to construct. And thankfully I had some help, a couple of people to come in and help me build that hallway set, because we had to get the materials and build it quickly.
Get out the hallway.
Right there.
It's a hallway. It exists, Walter. It's here.
Jim built this freaking hallway for us. This is a 30-foot long hallway that we have here. It's just incredible. Over 8 feet high, 10 feet on the bottom. My brother John helped him out. Our friend Max also helped out. So credit to them. Robbie helped out towards the end. But I mean, this is the biggest set that he's ever built. It's not anything intricate in terms of accented wall. It's supposed to be a sterile environment. So really pulled it off.
You buy a bunch of lumber, some cheap boards, and some styrofoam, and build a corridor 30 feet. I mean, it's pretty simple framework, kind of similar to you build a house, but it doesn't have to be up nearly as long or support, nearly as much weight. So just some cheap MDF board. Already had a white finish on it, so luckily we didn't have to do a ton of painting. And frame it out. The ceiling is just a simple framework with 1x4s, and styrofoam insulation to make it look like enough like a drop ceiling or whatever, so that it's lightweight. We can stack it, pop them down if we need to, or remove any panels if you need to rig lighting or anything like that. And then it's just popping it all together like your Lego set. Putting all the lighting together and stuff like that, knowing how we're gonna film it. A lot of that stuff was kind of done on the day of when we were filming. It was kind of like, all right, how are we gonna light this again? And it was kind of like we're trying to plan that out. And really it just came down, I had some LED lights that we just attached to the ceiling to make them look like they were part of the ceiling. And that really kind of was a big chunk of it. Of course, then we'd added other lights for dramatic effect. But yeah, all those kind of key elements really come together. A lot of that stuff is always on set, that kind of problem solving, which I kind of love, actually. Being on set and feeding off other people's energy, other people's ideas and stuff like that, that kind of collaboration where all those things kind of just come together and make the production work.
Danny, come here.
Do you want me to start or not yet?
I'll give you a cue. Okay. Step forward. When you hear action, call action.
Action.
Good.
Action.
I had my friends who I grew up with making films in high school, Harry Locke and Danny Grenchek on set as well, which was just amazing. You guys got to call action, so technically we all directed this movie.
Yeah.
So we're back, Power Trio.
But this is you, man, keeping the clique together, man. This is beautiful.
Even more than directing or anything, it's bringing everyone together to make the movie.
That community.
Yeah, that's the most fun thing to me, just having everyone around, people who I trust and I know can do the job, and we're all doing our own thing for a greater purpose. Just making movies in general, I feel like brings people together. Seeing everyone do their thing, it's like, this is what we should always be doing. Mm-hmm. This is the kind of thing that I think could make some waves if we really dedicated more time to it. So to actually make that and having you guys here is just the icing on the cake. So many family members are helping behind the scenes with this. My brother James is also a drummer in the Nautical 90s. Bringing them all together at the same time was something I don't think I'll ever be able to do again. So having them on this project was very special to me, and I can't thank them enough for helping.
I had these handy dandy storyboards that I made. Wow. We're tracking in, so just sent Heather to get a makeup. So she's gonna be the Mira Dolores double, because we need Tamara and Heather in the same shot. We're gonna start on her left side over here. The camera starts over here, goes behind her, and ends here. And we're gonna have Tamara in profile, and behind her, Heather's gonna be in profile. Right, like that.
Okay.
That's the deal. So she's gotta look super creepy. Maybe like a light underneath her on the other side of the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, on that side?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
On the platform, what's coming down there? Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, I mean, that works.
Keep doing director DP stuff.
Fucking phone, man.
Cut. Shit, that's awesome. It looks like it snaps. Look at that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's go.
You want to do it?
Cut. You look jacked, bro.
Jack, man.
I think the dark void was maybe my favorite. The purple light in the dark void was so much fun. And it was the last day of shooting. So that was really fun. I remember that fondly. Jim grabs my neck and pulls me through the screen. I think he was much more concerned about than I was. I think that I trust Jim with anything in this life. And he's so good at what he does. He's also so careful to just be respectful. And so it was not even 1% something that I was worried about at all in any way. And that was proven to be correct because, you know, it was a very comfortable experience. But Jim was very nervous. Well, it seemed at least that he was very nervous about it. He's constantly checking in. He did not enjoy the visual of squeezing my neck, I don't think.
I know I put my love for sale.
We should definitely strive to like create more original content. Ad Break really like showed what's possible.
Walter's been pushing for it, Jim has been pushing for it for years, and it finally happened.
Everyone in the credits you see helped in a very significant way. People like our VFX guy, Rob Williams, Connor, Jesse, I mean, all of those guys. I would love to do more stuff like Ad Break and bigger things like features or just more original content in general. There's nothing better. I love making movies.
These types of productions are absolutely something that I would love to work on more. We can get back on the horse and do it even better and faster and challenge our boundaries and push them further than we have before on Channel Awesome. I'm really proud of the work that we did and what we ended up putting together. What people are reacting to is the love and passion that they see with the project.
I thought it was great. The comedic element was good, the dramatic element, the horror element, like everything clicked with it, and it got good response as well. I think that does ignite this real excitement again of, oh, maybe we can try some of these other ideas. It feels like there's more options on the table again, which is really, really cool.
I love that we were able to make something that was weird. I would work on any project with this group again. I'm really proud of Dolores, and I'm really proud of the group that made everything.
I would be happy doing projects like this for the rest of my life. Considering the minimal amount of budget and time and resources and stuff, I don't think we could have made a better movie. If you've got an idea, just go out and do it.
But it's not so bad that you're in.